Yes, sir. Hey, guys, welcome back to Is It Wrong podcast with Ray Parra. My special guests today are Michael Fegan and Rex Carroll from Whitecross. How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Rex.
Good, Rex. That riff was sweet, man. That was sweet, bro. Love that. Love that, man.
All right.
So how you guys doing, man? I haven't seen you since Immortal Fest. We had a little fun over there hanging out, and you guys doing good?
Oh yeah, we're so excited, man, because we got our new album's coming out finally on March 22nd. So now we have a plan, and we've had a ton of people asking, "Hey, man, we purchased the pre-sale, so when is it coming out?"
Right.
To be in fairness, that pre-sale has been going on quite a while, and also in fairness, we didn't expect it to take quite this long to get the album out, but it's all happening now, and so we're going to get that out, get the pre-sale copies out, and start performing the new songs live, and got some cool things planned for this year, and it's great.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you know what's funny is when you do pre-sales like that, you never know if they're going to hit or not. And what happens is, like, when we did Deny the Fallen, when we sold a whole bunch of them, then it took forever to get them. And people are like, "Hey, y'all took our money, man. What's going on?" Eventually everybody got their CDs and stuff. But what's really weird nowadays, especially, is people aren't really buying hard copies of stuff anymore. It's all about streaming and downloads and stuff. Has that affected you guys at all, or no? Michael?
Of course. Yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
No, I think Rex would obviously know more than me on this. Obviously this
and me.
Huh?
I said, and me.
Yeah. It has, affected everybody, but I think, the true fans, they still want to have that hard copy. They want to look at the band. They want to see the pictures. I know I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get the signatures and stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, in our, we make it clear to people that have been with the band for decades, like yourself.
Mm-hmm.
We let them know that we really need this. It's a source of income. It's how we support ourselves and pay the bills.
Absolutely.
And none of us are becoming wealthy off of this ministry. It's not the way it's working.
Mm-hmm.
So we need every sale, and so people know. At least our fans know. You're not going to get a 15-year-old who's never heard of the band. They're going to be like indifferent. They have their own music. But our fans that have been with us since the beginning, they know that we need to keep supporting them. So they will. If we ask them, please support us. Purchase a T-shirt or a disc or something to help keep us going. They will.
Yeah. And you know what, that
on some level, people know that there's a connection between, hey, we all have to keep this alive, if we want to.
Right. And that was going to be one of my questions for you guys. Michael, you and I spoke a little earlier, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm almost done teaching." Is that what you do besides playing music for career-wise? You got to be better at something other than just playing drums, right? And Rex just guitar, or is that all you guys do? You know what I mean? What else do you guys do for an income besides, like you said, the merch and the music and stuff? Anything else, or?
I've been, teaching drum lessons for like 20 years. But besides that, my wife who recently passed, she was with a company called Arbonne. It was a health company, and that really blessed us a lot. And so I'm still doing that as well. But yeah, it's not like Rex said, unfortunately, you can do okay, if you're out there playing a lot, and that's what we're hoping, like with this new album, we're all so excited because it's the, brand new music that we haven't had over 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we're so proud of this album. We couldn't be more proud of the music and the band and just where we're at,
Yeah, well, some of the songs that you guys played at Immortal for the new album were just great, man. it's to me, it's weird because Whitecross, you guys have been around like forever, right? You probably got Rex, including some of your solo stuff and Rex music and all that. Probably what 20 albums or something that you've written, and I mean maybe not that many, but it just seems to be a lot. And the thing to me that I'm
that's probably about right, and probably yourself too, give or take.
Yeah, correct. But we're talking about you guys right now. But what I was gonna say is it seems like every time I hear something new, oh, I just hit my mic. Is it wrong? It's every time I hear something new from you guys, it's like it's got that Whitecross, and then you got Robert singing, Dave Roberts singing with you guys now, but it always seems to be in the Whitecross mode, but it seems like you guys change with the times and bring more modern old school stuff. Does that make sense? It doesn't seem like it gets old, in other words. When I heard the new stuff at Immortal, I'm like, man, it's Whitecross. It's Whitecross and it's great stuff, but it doesn't feel old like you wrote this, in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? What are you guys doing to keep that fresh like that?
Well, so in the back of my mind, maybe I think, oh yeah, this is like straight down the old school path. But by the time, we're engaging in the whole recording process, like we all are in this. Technology has changed.
Oh my gosh, has it?
So even, and this is the thing, sometimes there are artists today who start out, I want to do something, I want it to have an old school feel, like from, like the nostalgia, like vintage 1970s. But you can't do it.
Right.
It's impossible to recreate that because all the technology doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
In my recording studio, I just had the big analog console, and it's gone. It's out the door.
Yeah, man. Everything's on a little computer now, man. All digital.
It doesn't fit into my digital lifestyle anymore.
Yeah.
So we update the sound. So even if you have a song, like if we did a new recording of an old song, it wouldn't sound the same because it has the modern touch. But we do grow as songwriters and lyric writers, and if we've been around this long, hopefully we've learned a little bit about our craft, right?
Yeah, of course, man. Of course.
We're learning how to play the drums, and we're learning how to play the guitar, and hopefully we're figuring out, hey, here's like a couple things that work for me on the guitar. There's like, I can't keep up with all the YouTube shredders.
Oh my God.
There's a gazillion of them out there, and every last single one of them sounds like amazing, brilliant. It's like, check out this 8-year-old kid from Japan. He plays both on the classical guitar.
Yes, I've seen that. And just like there's this guy I follow on Instagram, he's a drummer. He's drinking coffee, playing with one hand. I don't know if you guys have ever seen him.
Then there was that 14-year-old girl playing Eruption.
The Asian girl.
All these new genres now, math rock. Like what is
man?
It's like you get a guitar with 8 strings. I'm still trying to learn how to play on 6.
It's crazy, right? And what's really weird? You hit on something. Yeah, you hit on something really, really crazy. There's a lot of these new artists that are coming out. Like, in my opinion, the ones that are just like, just beyond everything and they're all coming out of little kids, man. When I was a little kid, like that girl playing the guitar, playing Eruption stuff. When I was her age, I wanted to go play in a playground and shoot some marbles and now they're like, you know what I'm saying? That's what we did. We played in the dirt. We played with marbles and jacks. And you know what I'm saying? But now it's incredible what these people are doing, what these kids are doing. Well, at young ages.
if you think about it, in the 1970s, like rock music as a popular culture, as the voice of youth culture, kind of came into vogue in like the late 1960s, right?
Mm-hmm.
The whole decade of the 70s was great because everything was new, experimentation. You could try 6 different things. And so, people had album collections that were very eclectic, a wide variety.
Yeah, absolutely.
You could have like Allman Brothers, and you could have a Black Sabbath, and then you could have like a Joni Mitchell, or a Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah.
Turn around on a dime, go to like Rush or Kansas or something.
Yeah.
So you could have all kinds of variety of music. And then, the 80s generation came on, and advances in technology. Thank you, Mr. Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah, man.
So the guitar sounds changed, and
Right.
the whole LA rock sound, which Whitecross was kind of cashing in on the tail end of that. But
yeah.
bands from when I was younger, which was Motley Crue, Van Halen, Rat, Poison, Winger, Dokken.
Oh yeah.
All that LA sound. That was kind of our sound. And technically speaking, it was way more advanced than what people were doing in the 70s. And
right. Sure. Yeah.
And then and then you would expect that in the 90s and the 2000s, you would have expected, well, now that the technology is just going to keep growing, but there was a weird twist. We went down this road of like the Seattle sound, the grunge,
right?
Kids wearing like a plaid shirt and messy pants and staring at their shoes, and everybody's bummed out at the world. Nirvana, and it kind of went backwards, so people had to relearn how to play. But now it's all back, and
yeah.
Even like you'll see guys like Steve Vai who are like,
oh man,
I don't know what these kids are doing. It's really hard for me to keep up. Like, what, Steve Vai? You created.
Yeah.
But so every generation.
Him and Satriani,
Yeah. So you absorb everything that came before you, and then that's like what Eddie Van Halen achieved. If you go to like a young person now and say, "Oh, check out this Van Halen album," they're going to be like, "Yeah, well, so that's like my grandpa's music."
Yeah.
It's like, so it's no big deal for them because they've already, they start like on your first guitar lesson. Okay, let's play Eruption.
Right.
You start on day one, and then you build from there. And so they're coming up with all these things, and then I like. Pete Townsend came out with a statement just the other day that I saw, and he said that Pete Townsend, for those of you who don't know, he played the guitar in a group called The Who,
right?
Which is very influential. He did a lot of things with developing amplifiers with Jim Marshall.
See, I didn't even know that. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, he did that, and he said, "Well, the internet shredders are they're brilliant in their little space where they record their music, but they're like have like stunted growth. They have no experience with playing music in a band with other musicians in the real world,
right?
In front of and he used the word in front of even a potentially hostile audience,
right? Yeah, you're right."
That was interesting, and then of course a lot of people are clapping back at that and saying, "Oh, are you just jealous because these guys can play rings around you?" No. So, well, I appreciate the sentiment that he was getting at,
right?
Like being an absolute crazy good shredder in your bedroom. That's one thing, and if that's what you are, great, go for it. And then there's groups like Deny the Fallen, and there's groups like Whitecross that are out there. We want to be with our fans. We want to play music with each other.
Absolutely.
We want to make records, and we want to play live shows in your hometown. We want to bring the fun out to you.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. And Michael, I was going to ask you, like, what are some of your biggest influences? You're such a great drummer, and you're like all over the place as far as style. You can play like pretty much anything. Who's like your big influences?
Gosh, thank you, Ray. When I think Peter Chris was like what got me into it.
Really?
Yeah, just my dad had a reel to reel, and for some reason he had Kiss Alive on there, and that just kind of sparked something in me. And from there it went to Rush, and then just branching out. Like,
wow.
love players like Steve Gadd, probably one of my favorite players. Big fan of Vinny Appice. That Rex.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, John Bonham. How can you not?
Oh yeah, man.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Because you know what? If someone was to sit down and try to pick out your style, they couldn't say, "Oh, he sounds like this guy," or "He sounds like that guy." Son Dylan is a huge fan of yours. He told you that at Immortal. He's like, "Dad, I have so much respect for that guy. He's such a great drummer." And not only are you a great drummer, you got a great spirit about you. All you guys, Rex, you, Dave. I really haven't had a lot of time to talk to him, but it just seems that the whole music, with the popularity and stuff that you guys have, you haven't allowed it to get to your head. You remain humbled. People can approach you and talk to you and not feel, like you're unapproachable. You know what I mean? That's honorable, man. That's honorable.
Well, I know, like, and I'm sure it's like with you guys too. I mean, there's a lot of, when I'm doing that, when I'm on stage and you've got these people that are enjoying it and, loving it and loving you, it's like, man, God, why would you choose a ding dong like me? And
yeah,
and you're just happy to do it, and just full, and you want to be used by
it. Man. Yeah. What were you going to say, Rex?
I was going to say Mike Tyson, the boxer of all people, he's the guy. He said, "If you are not humble, life will visit humbleness upon you."
I get that. yeah.
They always say be kind when you're when you're riding that red hot streak in your career and everything you're touching is turning to gold and everybody loves you and you're on top of the world. Be kind to everybody, because the same people you meet on your way up the elevator are the same people that you'll meet when they're going up and you're going down the elevator.
Absolutely. And that brings me to my next question. I've been a Warrior for years, and then me and John did Deny the Fallen, and George and I, and Terry and Todd, we did Worldview. And you have so many strong personalities in a band. Is there ever any issues like with you guys? You guys all get along great. And Rex, this is especially aimed towards you because you've had so many different band members when you started way in the day and you brought new people in. You guys all generally get along? Because I know us and Warrior, for the most part, we all get along. We want to kill each other sometimes, but we all get along really good. You know what I'm saying? Is it the same for you guys? Or
I can't wait to hang out with my band. I love Mike. I love David. I love Benny. It's like we just have a blast together.
Yeah, man.
And I don't know. That's the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah, it's your family, bro.
It really, truly is. In this world, there is no place I would rather be than hanging out with my band.
Love that.
Happen like with
and the mission. We spread the gospel.
Yeah.
We travel around the world and we spread the gospel and we shred our guitars and drums and
man,
vocal microphones, and it's like, it's great.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Mike?
Just this with this new album, and just, the lineup we have, it's so different. Like Rex says, it's so different. Like I'll get, like Rex says, we look forward to like being with each other and enjoying making music together. And that's a blessing.
Yeah. You know what, that right there whether you want to believe it or not, I guess you could say, it shows when you guys are on that stage and you're in unity, whatever the band may be, if you're in unity, it shows.
Yeah.
If you're at wit's ends with each other, at odds, and you got an attitude towards that guy or that, it shows. It comes across on stage.
Yeah.
You know?
When Dokken on stage and George Lynch and Don Dokken are like ready to.
Yeah, bro. Rex, I wanted to show you something that you gave me a long time ago. I don't know if you remember this. I'm not like jonesing on you, but you remember that?
Oh wow!
I still got that. I keep it up on my wall in here in my studio, and a lot of my. And then when people come in here, and my son uses my studio to record other bands and stuff, they're like, "Oh, you guys like Whitecross?" And my kids are like, "That's my dad's friends, man." Because I don't tell too many people about me what I do with Sacred Warrior and stuff. I don't try to Jones on have all his friends and stuff, but it's neat, man. I love what I do as well. I love hanging with the guys, and I love my family and stuff too. But writing music is it's a special thing, man, between brothers.
We're brothers. We're happy and we're singing. Give me a high five.
Or if you have a girl in the band.
We're like at least half of us here, we're all football fans, right? And a long time ago, I was watching a Chicago Bears game, and Jay Cutler was the quarterback, and the broadcaster was saying, Jay Cutler always had this sour look, like he's not having any fun out there.
Oh yeah.
And like, hey, you gotta smell the coffee.
Harold, is the coffee all right?
Mm-mm.
You mean it's as bad as yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
No improvement at all?
Mm-mm.
You just had a baby boy. You get to play football for a living. You're earning tons of money,
millions of dollars. Yeah,
life is good. You got to wipe that scowl off your face and just start enjoying life in ways. I mean, I can speak for myself. I haven't been through like some of the things like what Mike has been through in the last years, But outside of that, you just get to a point where you just realize, man, I love what I do. I'm excited to tell people about, they say, "Oh, what do you do?" Well, I'm in this band, and if you haven't heard of it, I'd like to tell you all about it. And if you have heard, I want to tell you that we have a new record coming out, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, man.
I look forward to being with my guys, and we get together, and we're like a crew together.
Yeah, yeah. So here's a question.
That's it.
Do you write collectively, or do you do most of the writing, or does somebody bring, hey, I got this song, or somebody brings another song? And because I believe it or not, I get asked that a lot about Sacred Warrior and Deny the Fallen. And so I figured I'd pass it on to you guys.
Well, I'll answer first, and then Mike can take it. The practical reality is that I write most of the catalog, but in theory, the door is open for everybody to write. And David has written some things, and Mike writes. We talk about it. We talk about it a lot. So as a writer, my thing is, well, I can't. I'm gonna write when I feel like it.
Right.
I have the writing vein for me personally has kind of dried up because it's been all about getting this album out.
Right, sure.
Once the album comes out and the pressure is off of that, it's like then I can just go into creative mode again, and then like a few months down the line, and then there's new ideas, and then we write new stuff. Yeah.
How about you, Michael?
I mean, Rex is he's a machine, obviously. I mean, he's all the stuff he's written and winning Dev Awards. And when he started sending me, some demos of songs for this new album, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And Rex is also
That bad, huh?
band of work, and his lyrics can be like very, just really interesting. Like I said, he kind of like knocked it out of the park, man. He just came in with everything. And Dave, which I was glad, Dave Roberts, he did come in with some stuff too. I think that was great for him, and hopefully next time we can, all, but we've got to bring it up to the par where Rex is if we're gonna, get something in.
Yeah. One other question for you guys is, I know you guys are playing all over the world. How many shows do you plan on doing moving forward? Like as many as possible, 100 shows a year? You guys want to go full blown tour, or not as much? Or right.
I would, if it was up to me, I would live in the hotel room and on the tour bus and on this in the green room.
Yeah.
At the meet and greet and on the stage.
Yeah.
And then I would maintain a physical address, a couple times a year. You got to do laundry.
Just so you can be legal, right?
So you can maintain your legal U.S. citizenship and show proof of residence.
There you go. Hey, so let me ask you that then. So you would rather do that? Why? What's the reason you would rather live on a bus? Rather live in a suitcase in a hotel and whatever? Why, Rex?
I was having a conversation with Des Dickerson about we were talking about finding your success as an artist. It was a slightly different topic, but the conclusion that what Des said at the time was go where you're celebrating. And what that means is, well, I really want to be a movie star, but it turns out that I'm really good at accounting. Okay, well, you know what? When you do your accounting, you get, people love you and they love your work, and this is what you're good at. And you have this little thing, and you say, well, I want to be a movie star, but that's not going to happen. So you're really good as an accountant. So
that's great.
Go where you're celebrating, where people acknowledge your work and you do what you do. And I, as soon as this guitar goes, if you said to me, go change that light bulb over there, well, that's about the extent of my abilities.
Sure.
Well, actually, me and Rex have talked. He needs to have a podcast too, Ray. And he's
really
rants with Rex.
Yeah.
Hey, Rex, you should have a podcast. Is it wrong? Right? It's not wrong. You should do one.
It's not wrong.
What is the topic and the conversation? That just a general podcast, or about guitars, or what?
My podcast would be things that I hate.
Oh,
you know what I hate?
Nice.
I hate it when you find like something good at your favorite restaurant and you find the one item that you order every time, and then as soon as you find something you like, they take it away.
Oh my goodness!
I hate it when that happens.
Like the McRib. Did I just say that?
Yeah, that would be my special episode.
Nice.
Every week on Rants with Rex. Things I hate.
Nice. What about you, Mike? Would you ever consider doing one? And if you did, what would it be?
Oh my gosh, I haven't considered it, but it would be very interesting just watching you, Ray. And I know Rex has talked about it. I'd probably, I don't know. It'd probably be like something to do with drumming and talking about the new players out there, and yeah,
that's good, man. That's good. Hey, so one other,
if you had a podcast of your very own, what would you call it?
I don't know. I don't know that I would do a podcast. I'm not that guy. I'm not a talker. Is it wrong? No, but obviously, why I do it. But God has blessed me with the gift of gab. I just like people. I like talking to people. You know what I mean? So
one of the reasons, and that circles back to one of the reasons that we do what we do is because we love our fans. We love interacting with people.
Yeah, man.
You know, you put out a record, and then I'm the old school, anyways. I still think of records.
Yeah, that's all right.
You put out a record, you put out a recording. It
There you
goes
go.
up to the Ethernet somewhere where it lives forever.
Right.
And 20 and 30 years go by, and then one day you get an email from somebody, dude, I've been trying to find you for 10 years. I just wanted to tell you how much this particular song changed my life.
Oh, yeah, man.
And you go, wow. And then you just, you thank God for, touching people through your music. And, God, he can take an inanimate Pepsi can and cause it to, an inanimate object can grow a mouth and stand up and praise.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
He chooses to give us humans the opportunity to praise him. I mean, you can praise him now or you will praise him later.
That's right.
Every knee eventually will bow and every tongue
absolutely
will confess.
Yes, sir.
Lord. So
absolutely.
So we have the opportunity to do that now, and music is our vehicle that allows us to get out. And there is no such thing as a bad day. Every day is a gift.
That's right. That's right.
Life that you are given, and these are the days that you have. So
yeah,
they're all good in that sense of the word. Things may be going south in your situation, but every day is still a good day because it's the day that the Lord has made.
Yeah, man. And and I live by that. So many people, and I say this often when I'm in my podcast because it comes up continuously. But people ask me, man, I've never seen you mad. Don't you get mad? Yeah, I get mad, but I just don't let my situation change who I am. I am grateful for every day that I have in good health with my family, with my friends, with the band, things that I'm doing. And I don't let my situations change that. I've taken what God has given me and accepted it and said, Lord, my steps are ordered by you. So whatever happens in my life, as long as I'm walking in accordance to your word, it's your will for my life. And I accept that, and that's what helps me to keep the joy, man, but yeah, I mean, I do get mad. I just don't show it outwardly,
Man, we have setbacks. We have financial setbacks. We have deals that didn't work out.
Yeah.
We have a big show that we were looking forward to that got canceled, or, without getting too emotional in the wrong way, like a tragic situation like what Mike went through.
Yeah, man.
Why? That's a horrible time that I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I mean, what I hate? I hate when people die.
Yeah.
I hate when anybody dies, whether they were my enemy or my friend or somebody I knew or somebody I didn't know. And, it's just the worst thing. And, death is the last enemy that will be defeated.
Absolutely. How about you, Mike?
With Rex talking about that, what happened with me and Christy, and just having like really strong friends, and just the text that I'll never forget, the text that Rex sent me. It was just a one sentence thing, just, oh, Mike, I'm so sorry. But it was so impactful to me because I knew how true that was. It was, when you have a friend that you trust, and that those are the friends that kind of support you and help you get through it. And even you, Ray, I mean, reaching out to me, and
I read something a while ago that talked about that, that said the best thing you can do for a friend is not say the wrong thing when they have a death in the family, like, oh, well, at least this or at least that, or
oh my gosh, I just talked to somebody last night, Ray, and they said the same thing, to not say at least.
Right, man. Yeah. So and what it said when I read this is just tell them you love them and you're there for them. Show them.
Right.
You don't need to write a big paragraph and just a few words like what Rex said to you. That those few words were this much for you.
Huge.
You know, when I reached out, it was the same. I've just recently gone through it with my mom. My mom just passed away like 4 months ago, you know? And so I went through that, and I had my real friends that you know are the ones that come over and they give you a hug and they just sit with you and they don't say nothing, man. I love you, right? You know, and as a matter of fact, the day after my mom passed away is the day that John flew in from Mexico, and we tracked all the vocals for the second Deny the Fallen record the day after. But I was able to do that because I just felt like my mom was gone. She's with Jesus now, and she's at peace, and I can do it knowing that she's with the Lord. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's tough, man. It's tough. But if you here's the last thing I really wanted to ask you guys, and then I'll leave it open for anything you guys want to say. What would be the one thing that you would want, other than people already know Whitecross is about Jesus? It's about living your life for him and this and that. But is there something outside of that you would want people to know without a shadow of a doubt when they listen to your music that they would say, Rex?
Well, we're here to we're here to kick your door down, and you know you will enjoy this music. And
there you go.
At the concert, and you will bang your head, and you will buy tickets. You know,
yes.
I love our music, and you know the greatest feeling for me. You know, you're asking outside of the gospel ministry. You know, what is the things outside of that?
Yeah.
You know, it's such a great feeling for me when I listen to the album and I go, I've heard a lot of albums, and this is a good one.
Yeah.
And it feels great, like the first time you heard Queen or Led Zeppelin or
Bowie or anybody, yeah.
Or any, you know, whatever your favorite artist.
Yeah, man.
And you put your own record on and you go, man, this feels great. And I'm just so excited. I can't wait for people to hear it because I know that they're going to love it.
Yeah, man.
The same way that I do. So
yeah. How about you, Michael?
When they listen to it, to hopefully get the same feeling we have as a band, that these are four good friends that are having a great time and had a great time making this album. And I just hope that they feel that energy, and you know, and like Rex said, that and we're just excited, man. We want to be playing out there full time.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And you know what? For me, it's the same thing. Is I want people to know that when they put in a Warrior record or Deny the Fallen or even Worldview, that outside of the ministry part of it, I want people to say, man, these guys gave it their all. They worked their butts off. They did the best that they could do to put something out for me to enjoy, whoever it would be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if you do that, it's part of like what we talked about being on stage. You do if y'all are getting along, it shows. If you're not, it shows. Mm-hmm. And it's the same in the writing. When you're in the studio writing songs, or in your garage or your kitchen or wherever, if you're writing stuff that you're really loving, people are going to get that. They're going to get it. You know,
like,
and
they want to be part of that.
Yeah.
Nucleus. Yeah. They're like, yeah.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So listen, guys, thanks for hanging out with me, man. I really enjoyed this. And I'm going to be sharing afterwards. I'll share all their links. They're giving me all their links to their music, their Facebooks, podcasts, anything they have. We're going to be looking for a future podcast for Michael and Rex. maybe not. Yep. But listen, you guys hang in there for a minute. From now, we'll see y'all later, and be looking for Jimmy Brown next. God bless.